going the extra mile, right? I reckon I went from being an ordinary rugby league player, right, to being able to captain Great Britain, you could say extraordinary, by finding an extra mile. And I think in life, most people are happy doing what they're told to do, no more, no less. Happy with that, that'll do me. And that's great, right? You want to do that, you'll stay ordinary, right? But if you want to go above and beyond and find an extra mile and go to being extraordinary, that's what you've got to do, find your extra mile. I'm going to tell you about my extra mile, and it's about this. So, I made my debut, 99 Super League, right? And I ain't got a lot of rugby league talent. I'm not particularly talented. And if you were to rank the Super League players between 0 and 500, I'd be somewhere between 400th and 500th best in Super League. But I was doing, right, everything the coaches asked of me, doing all the training, but I just wasn't progressing. So I sat back and thought about my game. I thought, what can I do? What can I do to try and make myself better? And what I realised was that my mental toughness, right, and my fitness was in my control. Right, so what I decided to do, Christmas Day morning 2000, I'd get up and go for a 10k run, right, because I think every other Super League player, right, is going to be at home opening Christmas presents, and I'm out here on this 10k run, getting fitter and mentally tougher than the players I play against. And this became my extra mile, so if it started snowing in January and February, right, I'd go out for the same 10k run in pre-season, but in shorts and t-shirt, because I wanted to become mentally tougher than the people I was playing against. I wanted to become fitter than the people I was playing against. And it worked for me, okay, because a year later, I played for Great Britain. 4 years later, I captained Great Britain. 15 years later, right, I would say I'm now known as one of the fittest and most mentally toughest players to play the game, okay. Now, I've got a saying that backs all this up. There is very little traffic on the extra mile. Because I tell you what, right, I reckon I played against probably 2,000 other Super League players in my career, right, and I've never met one who runs every Christmas Day morning. One who goes out and runs every time they see it snows. You know, in my profession, right, I became the very little traffic on the extra mile. I went from being ordinary, a real ordinary player, to one you could say were extraordinary, captain the country for 8 years. And that's because I found my extra mile. And I think that's something for everybody. Everybody can find the extra mile. You know, you can all go out running Christmas Day morning. For me, I'm happy with that. But if you want to think about your jobs and about what you can do and what your own extra mile could be and how you could go from being ordinary to extraordinary, become the very little traffic.